maiiwasang pag narinig pangalan mo. Alalang babalik sa puso at isipan ko. Ako'y naniwala na pipiliin mo dahil ako'y
Have a listen to the way she really articulates through the spoken nature of what she's doing there.
Sound check.
Well, g'day there. Welcome back to another vocal analysis here at Voice Essentials. My name is Dr. What's my name? Dr. Dan. Today we are looking at a name you will know, Gigi De Lana. Wow. Is she the most reviewed singer on my channel to date? Maybe. There's a good reason for that. I love her voice. I really do. This is a relatively recent performance. This was uploaded to YouTube in September 2025. You're watching this, it's likely early 2026. But I'm recording this, what's the date? The 16th of October 2025. That is how far ahead I am in my analyses videos. So anyway, this is relatively new. And what's interesting to me about this performance is she's not with Gigi Vibes, the four fellows that we're used to seeing her perform with. When I did my research on this, I was unable to find, that doesn't mean it doesn't exist, I was just unable to find information as to why she is performing this. Not why she's performing it on the Wish bus, but why she's performing it with a different group of musicians. Leave your comments below. Educate me. Tell me, why is she with a different group? It may well be because this is very much a different style for her. And I love it because normally, and I've referred to her before as the quintessential covers artist, because she does such great covers of standard, pop rock tunes and some country and some Christian worship, and she's just really good. This is a song I'm unfamiliar with. It's called Sahaan. Did I pronounce that correctly? Don't know. And it presents her voice in a different light again. And it just further, deepens my appreciation for her. I hope it does that for you also. Let's dive in. We'll do our pitch analysis and resonance analysis as we go along. For now, let's start the performance.
Wish 1075.
Ikaw ang mundo, bawat salita. Dito lahat pangako'y nagmula, pero di nagtagal, lahat ay nawala. Dahil ako sa iyo'y nagkasala. Alaala nating magkasama, ngayon ang lahat ay napaliwala. Ako ang nagkulang, ako ang nadapa, kaya ang puso ko ngayon'y nagluluksa. Ngunit bakit muling ako'y pinaasa, na tila pa tayo'y magkakabalikan pa. Ang puso ko'y muling sumikla, nananabik na mayakap ka.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I love the intimacy that she is, and in the manner in which she's using the mic. And what I actually like, often in when really strong engineering post-edit has been done, the lip smack is often removed and we that gets all softened out. I love the fact that there is quite a bit of lip smack left in here, so we get that really strong intimacy. I think it enhances it. I personally do. We'll take it back to the very beginning. such a beautiful clarity of tone, despite the fact that it's very, very quiet. And I would describe her tone as quite ambient. That is that there is some aspirated edge, but such a lovely core tone, and it's so in keeping with what I always anticipate. I anticipate great vocals from Gigi, and here's an example of not being, let down again. Like, she's just so good, and the beautiful, acknowledging the musos, the beautiful, the string player, just lovely feel.
Wish 1075.
Ikaw ang mundo, bawat salita. Dito lahat pangako'y nagmula, pero di nagtagal, lahat ay nawala. Dahil ako sa iyo'y nagkasala. Alaala nating magkasama, ngayon ang lahat ay napaliwala. Ako ang nagkulang, ako ang nadapa, kaya ang puso ko ngayon'y nagluluksa. Ngunit bakit muling ako'y pinaasa, na tila pa tayo'y magkakabalikan pa. Ang puso ko'y muling sumikla, nananabik na mayakap ka.
The way she just allows that aspirate offset. So good. Couple of things. She's reading the lyric from a tablet in front of her. In fact, I think all the musos, are using a visual reference for reading music, and in the case of Gigi, the lyric. It does, this piece, Sahaan means to close or shut. And the whole song is around, when I did my research, is sort of around the closing of a chapter, the moving on. And typically I don't like, it's not that I don't like it, because I myself use lyrics on stage at times. So it's not as if I'm completely, adverse to them. But I do acknowledge typically that the use of lyrics on stage can disrupt the sense of emotional connect. And we've observed that in other performances, haven't we, when we've done our analysis. And so that I think is in general very, very true. What is interesting here is a lot of the other Gigi vibes performances that we've watched Gigi De Lana sing in are those live streams where she's always got her lyrics in front of her. And I think what it speaks to, the ability for her to maintain that sense of emotional connection, it's almost like she has refined the skill of having the lyrics and still maintaining an emotional connection. And it says to me that, yes, that can be done. I raise that because I have made quite definitive comments in the past about lyrics on stage and how it can form a disconnect. In fact, it has formed a disconnect in other performances, but in this particular instance, I don't think it does. You may have a different view. Leave your comments below.
Paano ba tatanggapin ulit-ulit na sakit kung ako ang may sala? Bakit magpipilit? Bakit pa ba umaasa? Sa bula ay kumakapit kayong ikaw naman pala'y may iba nang iniibig.
I think that'll be a good opportunity for us to have a look at the tuning, because to me it sounded not tuned.
Sa bula ay kumakapit kayong ikaw naman.
Let's just take that section. Let's do the crude movement of pitch.
Ay kumakapit kayong ikaw naman pala.
So that's what it would look like if we did a full, crude change of pitch. This is back to the original.
Ay kumakapit kayong ikaw naman pala'y may iba nang iniisip.
See this note here, it sort of drops down, doesn't it? If I was to properly, really quite exactly tune that. So that was far more accurate. So she hits that flat. That would definitely be a note that tuning would typically correct. And she doesn't quite nail that entrance either. So in all honesty, I don't think this has been tuned in post. Which is interesting, because I'm so used to hearing tuned vocals from the Wish Bus performances. Back to the performance.
Bakit nasasaktan ulit? Ayos na ako sana. Buong akala ko'y
Have a listen to what happened there.
ayos na ako sana. Buong
What does she get down to there? That's extraordinary.
sana. Buong
That's down to a C4.
buong akala.
I'm going to come over to the analysis here.
Bakit nasasaktan ulit? Ayos na ako sana. Buong
So it comes down to C4, which is not low, but you hear the voice really have to get down to that because it's been sitting literally an octave above, yeah? And so she's sitting everything in that upper register, and then she has to drop it an octave, but for like a split second.
sana. Buong akala.
That's skill. That is skill.
Sana. Buong akala ko'y
Wow.
maag.
And she nails it. Like that's, yeah. Wow.
Akala ko'y maaagaw kita. Ngunit sa huli ang pinili mo ay siya. O kay sakit o kay saklap, mawawala ka din pala.
I've just, is this, like I've said before, she's just so good at doing covers. Is this the real Gigi De Lana? If it is, I love it. I loved her before, I love her now. Is this what we hear when Gigi is doing something where her voice is unfettered by the restraints of needing to acknowledge the requirements of the song she's singing? Is this the Gigi we get to hear when she gets to do exactly what she wants with a piece? Because I feel like I'm listening to not a completely different singer, but but a singer that has been released from some constraints. And it's just so pretty.
Bakit di ko maiwasan pag narinig pangalan mo? Ala nang babalik sa puso at
the
isipan ko.
articulation.
Ako'y naniwala na pipiliin mo dahil ako'y pina...
Have a listen to the way she really articulates through the spoken nature of what she's doing there. She's not losing any reference to note. There's a real clear singing through the melody. We don't lose the melody, but the clarity of the articulation is very speech-like.
Bakit di ko maiwasan pag narinig pangalan mo? Ala nang babalik sa puso at isipan ko. Ako'y naniwala na pipiliin mo dahil ako'y pinasang meron pang tayo. Kahit na mukhang tanga, ibig pa din.
I love that those expressive onsets that she gives us there.
At isipan ko, ako'y naniwala na pipiliin mo dahil ako'y pinasang meron pang tayo. Kahit na
So we get to see one there. Let's have a look at what that might look like if we bring it back and really show us that. So there's that, see that disruption of the vocal folds that we get that onset with.
Kahit na mukhang tang...
And we get another one.
Kahit na
and we get another one through there. And stylistically, aesthetically, it's just so good. It gives expression of emotion and tension. But we have to acknowledge, and we want to be careful when we're using them as singers, because when we do that, you can see that's got a like a full grab of the vocal folds. Yeah. If you overdo that, it can really wear and tear at the voice over time. But as a stylistic feature, awesome.
Ipakita ang lahat ng naiwan mo at ang sayo na nawala. Bawat kislap nitong mata, bawat bihis na maganda. Iniisip ko pa rin puso mo ay sa akin pa. Pero bakit mo nga ba ako'y pinansin pa? Kayong sa puso mo'y mayroon palang iba. Di na lang sana muli pang nagkita. Wala naman pala tayong dalawa.
The placement there is really great. You see, and this is so typical of Gigi, her placement is always well considered and then well performed. You see where she's sitting that? Watch her facial features and the way she moves through that note.
Wala naman pala tayong dalawa. Ngayon lang nagliwanag itong ating kwento. Goodbye na pala at di dapat.
There she chooses to do a breathy onset.
Goodbye na pala at di
Huh? Yeah. So she's mixing it up, right? She's creating variety. And so we get that really cool difference.
ating kwento. Goodbye na pala at di
Yeah, so instead of giving us the the glottal stroking, she's giving us that aspirated onset. Clever singing. She's creating variety. She's creating nuance for the ear to continue to hook onto. Oh, I love that note. I want to have a look at the yeah, here it is. I want to have a look at how straight that is. So we're getting actually the second formant, the second harmonic, the second frequency is actually the stronger of the two there, which is really interesting. which gives us that real belt note. You can see how much frequency, whoa, all the way up to 10,000. Yeah, 10,000 hertz. That's cool. And have a look at how flat that note is. She's certainly got a little bit of variance at the end here, but like it's 13 cents. Yeah, that's as flat as attack. We come over to 1343. Let's have a look at that. What does that look like in Melandine?
Ang lahat mga pangarap ko.
So that is, that is so flat. Look at that. There's no variation in that whatsoever. She nails it too.
Goodbye, goodbye na nga, paalam na sa'yo. Pakiusap ko na wag na muling buksan, sobrang sakit ng nararamdaman. Itong ating kwento'y tuluyan ng sarhan. Kailangan ko nang ika'y kalimutan.
Ooh. Listen to how she ends that. So she's just come. I'm going to take it back to the bigger section. Have a listen to how she moves that dynamic.
Itong ating mga paalam na sa'yo. Pakiusap ko na wag na muling buksan, sobrang sakit ng nararamdaman. Itong ating kwento'y tuluyan ng sarhan. Kailangan ko nang ika'y kalimutan.
Wow. That's amazing. Having looked at that, let's have a look at this last area.
Kailangan ko nang ika'y kalimutan.
Wow. Just so pretty in the end there. I'm going to see if I can.
Kailangan ko nang ika'y kalimutan.
Look at how much air she's using there. We've still got a really clean core tone on that A4. But you can see how much breathiness she's added around that. Very good. Very good. When we looked at that previous long note, given the other evidence of pitch correction, us sort of looking at it and going, I don't think there's pitch correction here. That one note was so perfect, one could be left wondering. And isn't that, actually I'm going to get philosophical for a second. Isn't that the problem though that we've found ourselves in? Is we have great voices like Gigi, and I'm fairly confident we've heard Gigi using pitch correction software before, and again, I have no issue with that. But even when singers don't, we're left wondering whether they did, because great singers can hit, great notes, like I think what we heard, in this performance. And yet, unfortunately, we're left with that question, aren't we? We're left, well, did she? Didn't she? I don't know. And it does, I guess, in one sense, in a positive, to end on a positive note, bring us full circle back to simply wanting to appreciate the art. And sometimes it can be, and in fact I'm accused of this quite a bit on the channel, of not just appreciating the art. We're getting too technical about it. Well, we are a Learn to Sing channel here. That's what we do. We do technically analyze things. But I can assure you, I do my fair share of just simply listening and enjoying and appreciating and not applying any technical critique to it whatsoever. I encourage you to continue to do that also. But I also encourage you to come back and join us for the next vocal analysis video where we'll continue with our critiquing of technique and those sorts of things. I look forward to seeing you again soon. I'm Dr. Dan. Sing well.